What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're gonna look at something a bit strange from SYM. It's a scooter cycle, motor scooter, I don't know what to call it. This is the SYM VF185 and it's a bit of a weird contraption. Looks like some kind of scooter. On the handlebars we have scooter-like fairing, but we have a motorcycle engine, we have chain drive. The seat opens, but we have no storage. Bit of a weird contraption, but let's get into it from front wheel to back wheel as we normally do. All right, so up front we have a 17-inch wheel with a 90 by 80 by 17 front tire. We have a 250mm brake disc with a dual piston caliper and ABS. It has ABS front and rear. We have a halogen front light. We have LED turn indicators. We have two strips here and here, which are LED daytime running lights. We have a normal fork. Behind the front wheel we have a radiator, because this is a water-cooled engine. Coming around to the dashboard, this is where it gets weird. We have a digital display, we have a tachometer, an engine RPM gauge, a neutral light, high and low beams, water temperature light, ABS, turn signal indicators. But the fairing, it looks like a scooter fairing. It looks like something you would find on my Symphony ST. Doesn't look like a motorcycle handlebar. We have our regular horn, turn indicators, high and low beams, passing light, and engine start button. Moving down, we have the engine. Now the engine is the same engine as in the NHT 200. It's the same 185 cc liquid cooled 18 horsepower engine, 16 Newton meters of torque, a 6-speed transmission. We have a center stand and a side stand like any scooter. We have chain drive for the rear wheel, and on the other side you can take a better look at the engine here. We have our rear brake, and on the handlebars we have our front brake and our clutch. If we open the seat, it opens just like a scooter from the key, but what you find here is the battery box and the fuel tank. This is where we fuel it. This is where we fill it up with gas. Coming around to the back, we have a single piston caliper, a 200mm brake disc, a rear 17-inch wheel, 120 by 70 by 17, a monoshock that's adjustable for preload, LED rear lights, LED indicators, and the tail for the license plate holder. So what is this machine supposed to be? Well, it's kind of weird, and honestly I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be or for who it's supposed to be, because you don't have any storage whatsoever. You have this hump in the middle that covers the engine, so you get on it like a motorcycle, but the front fairing, the handlebar fairing, looks like a scooter. You have the same engine as a motorcycle. Now usually this format is called a cub, but a cub comes with a centrifugal clutch and you have just a shifter without a clutch lever. Here you have a normal motorcycle engine with a clutch lever, with a normal motorcycle clutch and a normal motorcycle 6-speed transmission. In terms of riding position, it's a bit on the small side and it's light at about 130 kilograms. The position is almost like a scooter, but with your legs beneath you. The handlebars are low, like on a scooter, and they're narrow, just like on a scooter, but you would expect to have your feet somewhere here, like on a scooter. But no, you have them behind you. They are tucked right behind you, so it does help when you get to bumps. You can easily lift off the seat and sit on the pegs. The seat is extremely narrow, so even on the center stand I can reach the ground. If we take it off the center stand, I can flat foot it no problem, and I'm 175 centimeters tall with a 32-inch leg. So I can flat foot it no problem. It's extremely light. I can hold it without any kind of fuss. I don't know exactly what to call it. We're gonna have to take it out, ride it a little bit, see if we can figure out what this thing is supposed to be. So come on, let's take it out for a ride. Alright, so these are my first impressions of riding this thing. And it feels very, very weird because it's light as a small scooter. It does feel quite light. The handlebar is very narrow. It's very narrow for a motorcycle, but it's the same width as on a scooter, so you have the same scooter sensation. My hands are in the same place as they are on a scooter, but my legs are beneath me and I have to do braking and gear changing with them. I have to remember to brake like a scooter, like a motorcycle. Damn it, I don't even know which one it is. But it does feel light. It feels light, it feels nimble. It's really nice on these bumps. We do have a gear position indicator on the dash. We had a speedometer, we have a rev counter. The engine is the same as on the NHT 200, but it feels a lot more peppier. That's because it's such a light bike. Yeah. You can chuck it into a bend, no problem. Feed in the power. It's really easy to handle. So I think this is more for the scooter rider that doesn't want to ride the scooter but wants the same maneuverability as a scooter, but wants to be able to change gears like you do on a normal motorcycle. And it's clearly for city riding because it's so small and yet it feels so nimble. I would love to see this on a mountain road because it's extremely nimble for what it is. So is it a scooter? Is it a bike? It's neither. It's a combination of the two. You take the fun of a motorcycle with changing gears and working the engine yourself, and you combine it with the lightweight and maneuverability of a small scooter. And with 18 horsepower on tap, it's extremely peppy. This would have no problem carving up the city traffic extremely fast. You can cover city distances with this extremely fast. Is it better than a scooter? Well, to be honest, I prefer the storage capabilities of a scooter. The fact that you can put stuff under the seat, you can put a top case on it, you can put shopping between your legs on the floor. You can't on this one. But the brakes feel good. The suspension feels good. It's not too soft, it's not too hard. Really interesting thing from SYM. Now this is available only as an order here in Romania, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because we don't get VFs too often. But if you're looking for something like a scooter but you don't want to change gear, you don't want the CVT transmission, you prefer changing gears, and you don't carry stuff with your two-wheeled vehicle, you just want to go to the office and back and have the same fun you do on a motorcycle, this is a pretty nice option. It's just amazing how light it feels. I can't stress this enough. It's weird because I do the same things as I do on a motorcycle, with the clutch, with the gear shifter, with everything, and yet it feels so light. And the engine is very responsive. Because of the lightweight, the engine is extremely responsive. Really nice. But I hope if you're curious about the VF185, this answers your questions. And thank you all so much for watching, for liking the videos. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care out there, everyone, and ride safe. Goodbye.